everyone, and welcome back to the Special Teams Podcast, now rebranding as Special Teams 2.0, the podcast for you and all your friends about the best fantasy league in the game. Thought I'd bring it back due to some very positive reviews and the crowd just screaming more. So I brought it back with our man, our leader, our 9-0 pre-champ, Cynthia. Welcome.
Thank you, Brad. What an introduction.
Yeah, welcome back. You're one of the loudest voices that wanted this back to kind of increase the bants of the league. What were your thoughts behind that?
Look, I've really enjoyed the league again this year. But it's difficult with six players and we're spread all over the place. Some people are quite busy. So I thought, why don't we get something to motivate us? We've got half a season left, finals coming up. Let's get into it. We're not here to fuck spiders, as they say.
Exactly. Well, then let's get into it. How have you seen the league perform so far this year?
Sure. It's been a really interesting... so it started with the draft. I don't know about you, Brad, but 6 teams and all those players out. I've never been so unprepared in my entire life when it comes to fantasy football.
Yeah, because normally when you draft, all your preparation goes from like rounds 8 to 16.
Correct. That's where you win the league, right?
Where you can still find a Derrick Henry in round 7 this year.
Yeah, I was picking up David Montgomery in the 8th round. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But look, I think that was good. It was a bit of fun. I think since then we've had a lot happen. We have to start with Mr. Brown, the donut man, and
everyone's favourite donut man.
Everyone's favourite donut man, and his controversial request to have his play included.
What was it? I slept in. The dog ate my homework. Something.
Yeah.
Can you please reset my team?
Me and the wife were doing the doo-doo. Who knows? I don't know what.
All power to you.
Yeah, I can imagine if we did that in our old league, it would have been collusion, and Ben and
from the rooftops. Yeah.
That would have been up in arms.
But yeah, so we were happy to accommodate that, and also for Dave to accommodate every joke that's gone his way so far.
And Dave, that's going to last.
Oh yeah,
as long as this league goes, it's a definite keeper. And then we had a new recruit in Lockie. Great to have him on board.
Been an awesome addition to the league.
He has been. And look, slow start.
Very slow start.
He needed a little bit of shit from all of us to get him going. But he's won something like 3 of his last 4 games, I think.
Yeah. You were saying off camera that you gave him a little bit of a shtick and he got back into the league. You may have kickstarted an absolute beast here.
Well, I mean, he was saying that he was winning everything else, and I said, well, welcome to the big leagues, mate.
Exactly. This is the time to step up, and he
has. Yeah, and he really has. And some of his pickups have been great, like Cooper Cup for $0. I mean, come on.
Amazing.
Yeah, I gave myself an uppercut for that.
Yeah.
So, no, well done, mate. Well done. So, yeah, good to have him in the league and good to see him more active. And then, we're getting workout videos now on special teams.
Just to really motivate you from the other side of the
pitch.
I
don't know if I need to see any more of Leighton's button legs, but if you want to share, mate, share away. But I definitely don't want to be caught in the dark alley with him.
No, it's fair enough. I've seen many heads bounce off many tables.
Yes, that's right.
And then we've also got Wobby.
Well, the commish, he's making it look easy now. I remember
I don't know what the Guthries have been screaming about all these years.
Well, it's funny because Jeff and Christine used to, I think that, Robbie used to be one of their mortal enemies.
A thorn in the side.
In the side. But he has done it with consummate ease, even though I will bring up the one thing, the auto sub, he's meant to be in tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he couldn't work it out.
I'm pretty sure 4 weeks of just hitting the on button.
Yeah, or just saying, hey, it's in the app. Yeah. Anyway, well done, Wobby. You've been doing a phenomenal job, mate, with the league and really doing it easily. So, and thanks for keeping the banter going as well, mate.
Yeah, much appreciated. And hopefully this can be one of the drops in the ocean that is Banterville coming for the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
I'd be remiss to not talk about both your and my season so far.
Sure.
Kind of polar opposites in a way. I had a very slow start. Have had the points sitting in my roster just not above the bench line most weeks.
Yeah, I reckon if you got points for all players, you'd be 9-9 right now. You've got an incredible team, but you just don't know who's going to perform in any one week.
I actually looked into the data before on the way here, and I've got the second most points if in my game day roster if I'd set it perfectly.
Yeah,
So
right.
And I've also been looking at these numbers, been absolutely fisted on the defensive end of the football. I've conceded 200 points more than any other team so far this year over 9 games.
Yeah, you've been considerably
not a recipe
unlucky.
for winning.
No, you've literally been rogered.
So I've got to talk to the defensive side, get them to step up. I think I've got the Bears D this week, so I'll have a bit of a word to them and just say, hey.
Well, you've also got
straighten up.
Robert Sala. He's looking for a job. So,
Subcontracting, I've got the budget after winning 0.1 or 1.0 last year. So we'll see. And yourself, 9-0, unstoppable.
Yeah.
It just seems like you're getting better and better every week and picking up more and more players off the waiver and getting the right injuries coming back. And talk me through it.
Look, I mean, it's a lot of luck to start off with. As opposed to someone like Dave, who's, I call his team the Junkyard Dogs. I've been relatively lucky, probably only 2 or 3 injuries all season. And, the waiver is incredible. Like, you literally, and that's probably what's affecting trades a bit. We haven't had any trades because there's so much talent out in the waiver wire. Good draft, which it was a bit lucky. Good waiver picks, a bit lucky. But now that I've had that luck at 9-0, come on, bitches.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it on.
Can you run the table? We'll see. I think we face each other in the next couple of weeks. So if you're 11-0 by then, I'd say watch out. You'll be 12-0 by the end of that.
Well, I've got to say, I'm a little bit worried about Lockie. He's got a pretty
points.
He has, and I needed the 41 from Lamar to get me kick-started, and him to get 2 points from Tucker. But he's got enough talent on that team to
explode at any second.
Absolutely. And what about you? 71 points, 2 players for Friday night.
Yeah, I've got to say it's probably the first Thursday night game that I've actually been able to watch live. I had it on in the office here, and it was unbelievable. Every throw kind of went to Chase. And Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
After picking him up and him having a kind of few average weeks.
Yeah.
17.8 or something like that.
Well, the ghost of Mark Andrews came back. And I think Jamar Chase, I was listening to something that said he's now set all-time records in fantasy. First player to have 3 50-point plus games. First player to have 3 200 plus yard games as well.
Yeah,
incredible.
Wow. That's
so you might be someone to watch, mate, in the second part of this season, which maybe that's what we should talk about.
Yeah, well I just want to touch back on that Jamar thing, and I feel sorry for Zippy coming up against him this week.
Yep.
But in one of my other leagues, someone had both Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Oh, jeez, it's a stack.
And they put up 96 points before the other team had put a game. So, it can be harsh on the other side of that. But while it's on my side, I'm more than happy.
Fair enough. So, do we want to talk about the second half of the season?
Yeah. I think we're 9 games in. This is coming into round 10. There's 18 in the season, 16 in the season fantasy-wise, including playoffs.
17, I think, now.
17, with that extra game. So, we've just ticked over the halfway line. How can we improve banter and enjoyment of the league?
Well, look, I think we need to try and get some trades over the line somehow. And it might be difficult, but let's get motivated league and see if we can get a few over. Even if they're bench trades. I'm happy to trade kickers if you want. But I think the other thing is we're getting so close. If you look, 9-0, sure, but every other team's in it.
Yeah.
There's not a team that's out of it. We've got, till the playoffs, we've got about 5 games left, including this week.
Yep.
There's plenty of fantasy football left. Yeah, get into it. I really think, guys, hit the waiver wires hard. I've got no dollars left, so I can't even compete with you.
I'm not far behind you.
Yeah, so it's now's the time. It's crunch time, and I think the other thing is just really look at your lineups before games start. Just make sure you set them well,
and remember to use that
auto sub,
the later oving auto sub. It's actually really easy, and can allow you to get 3 more hours of sleep on a Monday morning if you don't have to wake up at 5 o'clock now, thankfully, to check your lineup.
Yeah, I'm in Perth. It's 3 o'clock for me.
Oh, yeah.
It's painful, let me tell you.
Is that like a midnight kickoff when it's the worst way around?
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Wow. It starts at 1. I didn't watch many of those. But the 3 a.m. ones are me tiptoeing past 3 kids, my wife, getting into the lounge, and hopefully no one hears me as I open up my laptop or the TV, as the case may be.
Nice. Well, welcome to the right side of the country where hopefully it's not
tomorrow morning.
Much of a wake up.
Come on, 5 o'clock.
All right, awesome. Well, I think, since said it all, let's get some trades happening. Let's get a bit more waiver action. Let's keep sharing memes, making fun of Dave, making fun of Rob. I mean, that's the easy part of the league.
Well, I reckon we need to get the commish back into the studio as well.
Yes, yeah. This is an open call out for Commish Rob to park his keister in the chair to my right here, and let's have a chat and see how it's going. Yeah. We do have some special guests that we're going to throw to for the last segment.
We do, yeah.
So yeah, without further ado, let's cross to our live reporters.
Well, we're here. Thank you guys for the introduction. We're on the ground at the moment. We're just trying to work out the rest of the biggest plays or the bold predictions for the rest of the season. Look, well, why don't we start with bold predictions for league?
Yeah.
All right, bold predictions for the league. I'm going to say the rookie, Lockie, is going to storm home into the finals. With all the recruits he's got, we've lit the fire under him. I'm going to continue to light that fire. But I reckon, he's going to be the dark horse, make the finals, and I'm going to say it, he's going to get to the grand final.
Ooh, big call. My prediction is Dave will complain at least 4 more times about his team not being sent and want Rob to do something for it. Big call, but I reckon he's got it in him.
Fantastic.
And for the rest of the season, for the NFL season, I predict a CMC stronghold coming back. He's going to hit the ground running this week. He's going to score multi-touchdowns and lead the Niners back to the promised land.
Good call, and Dave would be really happy about that, I'm sure. I'm going to say the Eagles are going to resurrect their season, and they're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to potentially be one of the teams in the Super Bowl.
Nice. All right, so we'll throw it back to you guys in the studio. From Brad, from Synth's right hand on the camera, we'll throw it back to you guys. Thanks, Synth and Brad. Nice to hear from you. Well, that's all for us today at episode 1.0 of the Special Leagues 2.0 podcast. Thank you very much, Cynthia, for joining us.
Thanks, Brad, for having me while I could be in Melbourne.
And yeah, share this far and wide, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week on the Waiver Wire.